welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. We actually, okay, you're still going to the right too much. We actually just got a software update last night, and so we have a few things to talk about that because kind of some weird things going on. So a lot of snow today. It's been snowing, I don't know, for a few hours already. You can see I'm on the dirt roads, and well, you can't see the dirt, you can just see snow. It's not plowed yet, nothing's been done, and you can see the beta is turning on and doing pretty well. I did have to correct it a few times there, but this build, since a couple builds ago, has just been staying to the right on unmarked roads a lot more than it used to. So that's probably the snow is playing a part in that, but it's not just due to the snow. So let me pull up these release notes here. So pulling up these release notes here while they load, you can see it's 2020.48.35.7. And if you look at the top, it says FSD beta 8.1. Whereas if you've been watching, my last video was, I don't know what I'm uploading. I have one that's already recorded, but now it's old, so I don't know if I'll put it up. But my last one I recorded was 10.1, and the one before that was version 10. So it's kind of like, what's going on? Well, on Twitter, Elon Musk had, tweeted something about he just drove version 8.1 and it's really good. And then, one of the beta testers was like, we have, okay, calm down, it's fine. Well, one of the beta testers was saying, we have 10.1, so what's going on? Well, I guess the internal versioning number that the Autopilot team was using was different than what us beta testers were saying publicly. Because there was a while ago, if you remember, Elon Musk tweeted and said, okay, version 5 is going to be really good. And ever since then, including myself, everybody's just kind of been like, the next update is, that's version 6, that's version 7, that's version 8. And so I guess internally that's not what they were doing. So we received an update. First of all, this had gotten smaller, so let me get rid of that. We received an update from version 10 to 10.1, so it was called at the time, making this bigger again, because they had made it smaller, and especially me, I was like, no, please, I want that back for the videos, and I like to see it too. And so they put it back. And then now we got another just 0.1 version increase. So actually doing a pretty good job at this point. We have a right turn coming, so we'll see how it does that. And now it's version 8.1 to kind of align better, I guess, with the team and Elon. So a little strange, but that's what it is now. So yeah, dang it. I wanted you to make that right turn, but you were going too close to the edge. Yeah, it's definitely not really sure what to do here. There we go. So see if we can finish up the right turn. So a little bit of slipping there. So we're here in the snow, and I will say, I guess I should have said this already, but disclaimer, full self-driving beta is not finished, so it can't handle all situations yet. And this is one you're looking at. This is just not worked on yet. They haven't added snow driving in a couple capacities. One is when you drive in the snow, you have to drive slower, you have to brake slower, you have to accelerate slower, you have to do everything slower, you turn slower, and that's just not part of the way the car drives right now. The car does not see snow. Now, actually, there is evidence that the car can use the cameras to determine if snow is on the ground, but at this point, it doesn't see the snow and change the way it drives. It doesn't see snow and go, oh, I need to accelerate a little slower, I need to brake sooner, things like that. So it hasn't been added yet, but as you can see here, it's for that being the case, it's not doing a terrible job. Now, it's not ready for snow in any capacity, but people have been asking to see this, and so here you go. I'm showing you, but I am telling you that it's just not kind of part of the feature set yet. And again, it's not done. That's just the way it is. So yeah, you can see there. I don't know. Like, to me, I'm a human, but to me, it's pretty obvious that there's like tire tracks there. So I feel like the car should just kind of stick with the part of the road that looks different than the flat part. But this right here is part of the road. I haven't been looking at the visualization too much. I'm going to guess it's jumping around quite a bit. But yeah, the car's just not doing, a beautiful job of remaining in the right spot in the road. But still pretty interesting. So going a bit slow here, I would probably be going maybe 20. So let's try 20 miles an hour. That's probably what I would be doing. But with the beta, sometimes I'll let it go a little slower just because I'd rather, a little more confidence. I did prepare for this drive today. I put Rust-Oleum Never Wet Step 2 onto the radar. If you want more information about that, I'll link a video above. But basically, it keeps snow from sticking to the radar. Newer Model 3 and Model Y do have a heated radar. I don't know if that's actually activated yet or not. I believe it is. And then you don't have to worry about that. But my radar is not heated, and some of the older cars, their radar is not heated. So Tesla has some directions on their website on what to do about that, and it does seem to work pretty well. it's not it's just a bit ugly. So you can see the visualization here is pretty confused. It has a red line here. The red line is kind of the edge of the drivable space. And there we go. So it had one here, thinking that was the edge when it wasn't. That was still part of the road. And then it had a second red line for, I don't know, I guess you can have two. Maybe that was edge of this drivable space, then another drivable space. So yeah, pretty confused here, moving around looking for the road. But again, not really exactly made for these conditions yet. But still, I mean, if I would have guessed, I would have guessed it would have done way worse than this. Maybe even, I would have thought it probably wouldn't even turn on, to be totally honest. But there you go. Oh, so coming up to this stop sign, you'll see the car might slip a little bit because it's not going to stop soon enough. And actually, nope, no slipping at all. But that was more due to luck than anything else. So here it wants me to let it know that it's safe to go. So I'm just going to hit that. And I see no cross traffic, so here we go. And tiny bit confused it seems, but there we go, we're off. It has adjusted the speed to 60 to match this road. Now, will I let it do all of this? I don't know. We'll see. I actually have used autopilot in this type of conditions before the beta, and I think it does fine. Another thing I should note, I don't have snow tires, and I know, everybody wants to, well, mostly the Europeans want to kill me for that, but let me turn this down a little bit. Oh no, the salt. Oh, jeez. All right. We have snow tires on our other car, so if I need snow tires, I just take the Equinox because I didn't want to buy two sets of snow tires. It's really as simple as that. And to be totally honest, most people in Michigan do not use snow tires, although I have used them on previous cars and I love them. They are way better in the snow and more fun, in my opinion. Like, I enjoy it. They're safer and everything. But yeah, I have another car with snow tires, so if I really need it, I'll just take that car. So now we're going a little towards the edge of the road here, which I don't like. Yep, so the car got confused. I mean, I had my hands here, of course. It couldn't move anywhere I didn't want it to because I was holding onto the wheel. But the car kind of figured out, okay, this isn't right. I'm going to tell you I need some help here. But beyond that, so far, this is actually pretty good. It's not doing terrible. So again, going a little towards the right, and then yeah, the car kind of figures out, again, something is wrong there. So kind of weird, I've not experienced that before, that exact kind of error where it moves to the right and then kind of freaks out. But yeah, at least it knew that it was doing something wrong. So doing a pretty decent job slowing here. Again, it is not modulating its braking due to the snow like I would be, but I did increase my follow distance to 4. Sometimes I do a little bit more than that, and that's it. So I'm just tapping the accelerator there so we can keep going, and we're off. A little bit of back and forth movement, which I'm not really appreciating. You can actually see in the visualization, if you're looking down there, it's kind of doing that same thing. So it's hunting a little bit, yeah, for the lines. So here, there's just kind of too much on the ground, and it cannot handle it. Well, always. Most of the time it can drive on it, and then just, but you know, of course, that means it's not done and not ready. You can't have it mess up at all. So I guess I can track the stats on this one of disengagements and stuff, but I probably won't keep it on the chart going forward because it'll mess up our scale. And then I tap the brake there just honestly out of habit. So let's see if we can take this right turn here. And that was all regen. I wasn't braking beyond that. So we're good. I'm going to, oh, no, we're not. That's my bad. See, this one's hard because it's 2 lanes, and I swear that guy was in the right lane. So we're going to go ahead and go. And we're going to see here. So yeah, pretty decent right turn. Didn't slide or anything. And then I'm just tapping the accelerator just a tiny bit there. Oh, okay. And yeah, good thing. Good thing I was because we were still at 10 miles an hour. There we go. So yeah, I could tell the car was trying to slow down. I was like, I don't really want to do that. But that was my fault because I had my speed set too low. So this is also pretty impressive here. It's doing a really good job. You can kind of barely see the lane lines through some of the snow, but then obviously there's just mounds of snow where tires have not been driving. That's pretty much, these roads haven't been plowed, no salt yet or anything, and the car's doing a pretty decent job. Now, I wouldn't trust it. I mean, you're never supposed to trust it yet, right? I'm gonna increase following distance a bit more, but it is holding the lane and not doing a bad job. So we will have a lane change. Yep, it says upcoming lane change. And we have a car right in our blind spot, which is nice. He's just kind of chilling there. All right, so there's the turn signal, and then this person in our blind spot is speeding up, which is pretty typical. Okay, or they're just gonna block me from changing lanes. All right, now they're speeding up again. They're not looking at me. I always look to see if they're like looking at me or what they're doing over there. And it's trying to change lanes. All right, now you're good to go. Turn it back on. We got plenty of space now. And okay, pretty interesting. So lane change into the stop for the red light. That was very cool and very good. No slipping, no sliding. Okay, or you're just gonna keep going. The heck? So not very good. Seemed very good, and then it wasn't. Let's see. Do you want to go through this light or no? Okay. So that was just some kind of weird fluke. I wonder if it had to do with changing lanes at the same time. I don't know. I haven't experienced anything like that in a long time. Green, and we're off. I have been hitting the windshield wiper button a bit to aid in a little bit more windshield wiping, and also I think maybe because of the stop line with the snow, it couldn't see the stop line. That's my guess. That's why it was going to continue. Okay, and then this is just too fast for what it's about to do, because I know what it likes to do. It likes to fly over to the left turn lane. Wow, really good actually. Let's see if it'll stop appropriately at this one. Yes, perfect, right on the line. Let's see if it can make this left turn, which even on a normal day is a tiny bit sketchy. All right, immediately begins to go. A little hesitant. You can tell it's having trouble seeing. Yep, all right, I don't really want to play around with that when there are cars next to me, to be totally honest. Turn that back on, yeah. So it's just can't really see too well. A little bit of sliding from me having the cruise control on, which is no big deal. Used to a little bit of sliding, and then yeah, this is just, well, let's see. I'm not gonna risk anything, I'm gonna be honest with you. Obviously, I hope that's understandable. So, all right, not bad. Now I know that it's not gonna get over appropriately, so I'm just gonna take over there. Yeah, so not ready for snow. that's the state we're in. For not being ready for snow, it's still pretty cool to see, and probably better than Waymo. I obviously have no evidence to back that up, but that's just my guess. Well, here, let me turn this on for you. See if it'll do the lane change for us. Changing into faster lane, let's go, there you go. Nice. Tap the accelerator from me just to gain a little bit more speed, and we're off. So I probably will not be going that fast today like I normally do, but I think that'll be it. I'll call it here. Hope you enjoyed this one. Pretty interesting stuff. That's a lot of fun, but you know, we're not there yet. Hopefully we'll look back on this one in a year or something and be like, wow, I can't believe it could not do this before. So one last lane change. Yep, you're good. My hand's on the wheel. Yeah, so I'm good. I'm probably going to be driving most of this myself. So hope you enjoyed this one. We'll talk to you down in the comments, and you will see me in the next video.
So Autopilot and I are happily driving along. So Autopilot and I are happily driving along. So Autopilot and I are happily